All right, the intro to Cauterize just starts off with just alternate picking the D string. And then you're going to hit the A sharp on the A string, power chord, 1st fret, 4th fret, 1st fret. And then the second time, you're going to take the 5th fret and right there on the fret do the harmonic. Then you're going to go right behind the 3rd fret. Then you go up to the 9th fret. And that's the opening riff. The verse is a pretty simple part. It starts on the 10th fret of the D string, 9th fret of the G string. I'm muting the A with my 2nd finger. And then, as I'm playing it, I'm going. So that open D string's ringing, my 9th fret of my G's ringing, and then I'm going to hit the 10th fret with my 3rd finger of the G, and then let it go again to the 9th fret. And then I'm going to shift down a whole step. And what that is, with your pinky, you're going to go. So that's 8, mute, open 7. And then on the G string, you're going to go. So that's 10, 9, 7, and then you're going to go to the D string, 10th fret. So then you can do octaves from the 8th fret to the 7th fret based off the A string. Then you're going to do octaves that go 5, 7, 12, and then the next time 7, 8, 15. And that is your verse. It just stops with a before the chorus starts. The chorus in Cauterize just starts kind of like the verse, where you're going 8, 7 octaves off the A string. Then you're hitting this big power chord in drop D, where you have 7, 7, 7, 9. You just go up a half step, and then you're going to go down to the 3rd fret, do a first inversion type chord, which is 2nd, 3rd, and 5th fret of your D, A, and D. And that's your chorus. After the chorus, it goes back to that intro riff. When we get to the bridge, we have another riff. So the bridge riff, you're going to have your pinky down on the 8th fret of the low D string. The trickiest part is you're going to have to take that pinky and bar that 8th fret of the A string. So you're going to go 8th fret of the D, 5th fret of the A, and it's all muted to 7, and then you're going to have to bar with your pinky. So back to 7, back to 5. And then you're going to have to bar with your 1st finger, that D string 5th fret. And then back to the 7th fret of the A, bar again with your pinky on the 8th fret. And then it goes to a C bar chord, which is 3, 5, 5, 3, 3, down a whole step. And that's just all open except for the 2nd, 3rd frets of the G and B. High E is open. Back to that A sharp. And then that pattern just repeats itself. The outro of the song is probably my favorite guitar part in Cauterize. So what I'm doing is I'm plucking both the open D and the B string on the 5th fret, hammering on the 6th fret of the B, and then plucking both the G and D string on the 5 on the G, 7 on the D. So, and then I'm just going up to 8th fret of the D, 7th fret of the G. And then, and try and get some vibrato in it. So that next one is 3rd fret on the low D, open G, and then a 2nd fret on the G. Open it up again, and then you're going to take your first finger down to the 2nd fret, and you're going to slide your pinky from the 4th fret to 5th fret. Hit the D string again on the 2nd fret, and then slide 5, 7, 5. So the second line does the same thing, but this time you're going to bar that 5th fret on the B string. And then move up to that same shape, but then with the pinky reach up to the 11th fret of the B string, and then do the same thing you were doing before. But this time you're going to go, so you're going to slide from 5 to 7, hit the 5th fret on the B. That's the first half. The second half, so you're going to do the same thing that you did in the first half, but now you're going to take your pinky, 8th fret of the B, slide. Now your pinky's going to be hitting the 10th fret on the high E, and then you're going to go to 3rd fret of the low D, 5th fret of the E, high E, 5th to 6th fret, back to 5th, and then you're going to take your 3rd finger and go to the 10th fret of the low D. You're going to bar the 8th fret of the E and the B. You're going to pluck both at the same time. Hit just that B and then kind of a little hammer on, pull. Hammer on, and then back to that 8th fret. And then the last line starts off just like the 3rd line. Ends with. So all that is you're barring the 5th fret of both the G and B, open D string on the bottom, pulling off the 6th to the 5th on the B. 5th fret, and then just an open high D. To make it cool, you can put a little harmonic in the end. That's Cauterize.